By 1906, a mere 4 years after exchanging fire on the rugged battlefields of the South African veldt, both New Zealand and South Africa had sent national rugby teams to tour Mother Britain. Motley crews of unknown men who, much to Britain's surprise, proved dominant. Here, the rise of two new rugby giants, the All Blacks and the Springboks. And while in 1906 an encounter between the two would already have made for a mouth-watering prospect, none at the time could have predicted just how deeply layered and emotionally charged this rivalry would become. Their fiery contests have been set on stages from the clinging mud of Dunedin to the white-hard grounds of the Highveld, through North African deserts and German prisoner-of-war camps. They have witnessed barbed wire, flower bombs, shame, hatred, reconciliation, and the triumphant embrace of our greatest ever number 6, Nelson Mandela. This rugby rivalry has both torn apart and united our countries. But 1937 held a particular interest. Through an unlikely sequence of events, their first two series, in 1921 and 1928, had both been tied. And considering the ongoing global dominance of both the All Blacks and the Springboks, there was near unanimous recognition by 1937 that this was to be a World Championship bout. Predictably then, the tour captured New Zealand's imagination. Their passion for rugby is a feature of their national identity, while playing the All Blacks in the mud of New Zealand remains the toughest test in all of rugby. This is what awaited Philip Nel and his 1937 Springboks. But these were not the cold, composed athletes we see today, but rather big, colourful personalities, unrestrained by modern professionalism. They were teachers, salesmen, students, miners, one famous banker, and their mental preparation was limited to the simple, albeit often imperfect, adherence to the amateur code, sportsmanship, fairness, modesty, and etiquette. The product is a story dripping in those moments of timeless character to which we are drawn as human beings, and which converted the story from a quirky interest into an obscure passion. A passion which, despite the very dubious looks from my wife, was to draw me away from my life as a chartered accountant and onto an obscure research project tracing the lives of these men, the games they played, and the war they fought. 1937 provides a flashing glimpse back to a time when rugby's code of values remained paramount, and a unique generation sacrificed in both peace and war for what they held dear.